Hello and welcome back to episode number 2 of the Strictly Business Racing Series. Back in the booth again with me today is the one and only Wired. So Wired, how's it going, buddy?
Not too bad, B-Dog. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. I cannot wait to see what these drivers have in store for us today. If you guys were impressed by last week, then this week's going to be nothing short of amazing.
The track we will be running tonight will be Savalax Sandpit Short Route. The drivers tonight will be running in the wonderful B-Class Trophy Runner.
Now Wired, what are some key takeaways that you can give the viewers as to how this car drives?
Yeah, this truck is a bit of a challenge to handle. It likes to slide around in the corners, has lots of body roll. It's four-wheel drive, so it's a lot different to the usual rear-wheel drive that we usually run. But it's a very, very fun truck, and it can cause some mayhem for sure. So, on your screen here, you're seeing the overview of the track we'll be running tonight. The two red zones are the scary places where a lot of bad things can happen. The red rectangle that you see, there's a big jump there, and if you're going through that 2, 3, sometimes even 4 wide, when you land, it can send your truck in many, many different ways. The red circle that you see is the last turn on the track. That turn is a very sharp left-hander after a downhill. Going through that section 2, 3 wide can push you out of your line and into the wall.
And if you think that's the only thing you have to worry about on this track, you are wrong. You see the 2 blue circles. What do they mean? Where the blue circles are at are 2 long sweeping corners where a lot of momentum needs to be carried. The one on your right, those are the first 2 corners of the game. On starts and restarts, you'll see drivers go 3, 4, maybe 5 wide. And then the jump that's in the red rectangle is a funnel. So cars will be 5 wide, but can only really fit 3 or 4 door to door. So, I mean, you don't want to go too wide over the jump. So the circle on your right is where a lot of decisions are going to have to be made. Am I going to check up, lose my momentum, or am I going to stay in the throttle and just hope we make the jump? And maybe that's why the jump is as deadly as it is because it funnels down from 5 lanes to like 3. Up in the top left of your screen, you'll see the second circle. That is where the majority of guys will go single or double wide through there. You don't really see a lot of 3, 4 wide just because, I mean, it's such a late apex. A lot of drivers are trying to do a high arc and make sure they hit the apex to carry as much momentum as they can going down the hill and into that final corner. So now you know what vehicle the drivers will be racing. You know the track and all of its characteristics. Well, I guess it's time to go racing. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy some of the show. Alrighty, everybody, we are about to go green. We're about to go across one of the famous red zones as the jumping into this right-hander right here. That's going to be a lot of chaos throughout this race. Wired, what's your expectations for this race?
This race is a lot of fun. I'm expecting a lot of good battles, some good crashing happening. These trucks are not easy to handle. We ran an off-season event in this truck, and man, this thing can be a monster.
It can be, and as you can see, we have them 4 camera angles. All these drivers, they are antsy, very antsy to get this race underway. We're going to be running 15 laps around this circuit, and I'm pretty excited about it. Who do you think is going to win tonight?
Man, I think Ty Hard's always going to be a good shout in this truck. He did very, very well in our off-season event. He was actually the champion, so he's one to be looking out for.
As the pace car pulls off, looks like Soul Pun with the teddy bear in the back is going to bring this field to green, and we are underway here at Savalax Sandpit.
Yeah, no, this corner's one that's going to be actually kind of tricky. As you can see, King Saturn here went a little wide, a little hot, but this jump, this is where things get crazy as guys are going 3 wide already.
Yep, and then people are flipping and everything else, so let's see if we can get a replay of all that action. I mean, it's the first lap, so I want to see what can happen. So we're on board with DUS right here. I mean, he's just trying to make up some type of ground, maintain something. I mean, there's cars 3, 4 wide, then you go across the jump, and yep, there's nothing that Ty or M Shorts could do. It's just it's the funnel effect, and we're on board with Schwartz here. He got the worst end of this. You can see right as he's coming across the jump. Yep, they just hit, and you're just along for the ride right there. Saturn gets a little piece of it as well. I think we got one more view coming in. Yep, on board with the tie hard. So let's see what actually happened. It looks like Zuri may have hit him a little bit. Got him off center.
Got him that corner and threw him into Schwartz a little bit there.
But yep, I mean that's the product of it. But anyways, we're back to the live actions. Colt Chevy's in first, AYDY's in second, and it looks like Zuri's is going to try to get that third spot. Sweller right here, he's in the middle of the 3 wide battle. Seems like everything's going to get negotiated out as we get ready to go across the jump again on board with D. Westberg. Let's see if he can make it across quite easily. All the cars seem to be flying by pretty nicely.
Yeah, it seems like now that they've spread it a little bit, you know, they're not having to battle go 3-4 wide across that jump, and it definitely makes it a lot easier to handle.
Yeah, I mean, these cars are so bouncy, or these trucks, I should say, they're so bouncy, and you can see them as they're coming off that berm, trying to get every inch. I mean, the suspension's just getting put to the test. So, I mean, these cars can handle that jump. It just, you can't do it when you're 4 wide. At least, I don't think you can.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, maybe we'll see it again sometime later in this video, but going 3-4 wide, even in regular race cars that aren't bouncy, is still a bit of a nightmare.
Looks like 2 guys got in the wall back there. I don't know if that's going to bring out a caution.
Yeah, those were some big hits into that wall too. Yeah, that's what I mean. When you're coming off that jump, it can be bouncy and hard to handle, and it can bounce you the wrong way and just throw you into a wall.
Seems like everything is going pretty well as they get ready for lap number 5. Spider Monkey, one of the Global Series drivers, he's trying to work his way up through the field, currently in the 9th position. These guys are 4 wide coming across the jump. Somebody backs out, so they're 3 wide. And everything seems to shake out pretty nice. So you can take 3 wide through there, apparently.
Yeah, I guess if you're careful enough, you can manage to get through there, no problem.
Yes, there's some good racing going on all around the track. See, Ty Hard, that was your pick. I mean, he did win our off-season event, I should say, the Baja Bash, in this exact vehicle, and he won in a dominating fashion. So he's currently in 6th. I know he's going to want to get back up to the front, maybe hoping for a caution, get this field restacked, and see what he can do.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we had quite a few of these guys in the finals of our Baja Bash, and Colt and Ty were 2 of them, and they were both really, really quick in this truck. I believe Colt ended up finishing 2nd in those point standings. So
looks like Zuri's just trying to make that move on AY as we see all the cars come sliding by at the top of the track. Don't know if he's going to be able to make that move, but I mean, you mentioned Colt. Colt's up here in the front. I mean, he's putting down some laps, just trying to stay out clean. I mean, he's got a pretty decent lead as AY and Zuri's and W battle it out. I don't think anybody's going to catch him as of right now. Oh, what a beautiful shot, side by side. That just shows you how much air these drivers get. I mean, you're in the cockpit of it, and you can't really tell how much air you get. But, I mean, when you're in the cockpit, you can really, truly tell that these cars get high up off the ground.
yeah, absolutely. And this is another section that I wanted to look out for, was that sweeping hairpin. It can really be a menace, and these guys are handling it really, really well.
Yes, definitely, for sure. As we are about halfway through, coming on the halfway through, we're popping on board right here. You see Zuri's and W out the back window going across that jump. Didn't collect anybody right there. And W's going to try to make his move up here at the top of the track on Zuri's. I mean, W is one of the fastest guys in the game, so if he can slowly pick them off, I think he will be able to give Colt a run for their money. But I think that's Zuri's going off the track. Might be some lag issue. I think that's definitely going to be a caution. We're going to have to see what the PRA officials think upon that. And yep, sure enough, the caution is out. All right, guys, so sit tight with us, and we'll be right back with some green flag action. Alright guys, we're getting ready to come back to green. We got the field all lined up again. It's about to be a little bit crazy. Remember what happened last time, Wired, when these guys had a restart? I mean, we're going to get an aerial shot right here so we can see exactly how far these guys all pan out.
Yeah, so they'll come around this first sweeping corner, and as you can see, they're already 4th,
Oh
Four
my
wide,
gosh,
three
they're
wide.
4 wide, getting ready to come across the jump. They're 4x3 AY. Okay, that was a little lag from AY, so that happens every now and then. So everybody made it through unscathed. And that was 4 wide by 3 wide. So we're probably on board with the M Shorts. He was in the middle of the 3 wide that was in front of the 4 wide. So look at this action: 4 wide,
Man.
3 wide. And
Targets turned a little bit, but everyone made it through that really, really well.
Yeah, I'm actually shocked that everybody made it through there like that. I mean, D-West went through the ditch for some wreck avoidance, but nobody really wrecked. And as you can see, the pack is still very close together. We got the side-by-side shot. We got 8th place and 13th place. I mean, there's battles everywhere. People are trying to make their move. Soul Pun runs W a little bit wide to the wall. That's what you're talking about. If you don't hit that apex right, you will get pushed into the wall.
Yeah, and Soul Pun actually just pinched, who's that? King Saturn into the wall, into the guardrail a little bit there. So Soul Pun's, he's one of the slower guys in this crew,
Oh,
based on
massive
numbers.
wreck.
Oh, wow.
Looks
Who
like
was that? That was
Saturn Schwartz. I mean, let's get this replay right here and see exactly what happened. I might bring out a caution. I mean, you just get sideways. Saturn lands on top of T.
T goes sideways. That was a big, big wreck. But
I mean, if you don't take that jump lined up, we see what happens when you take the jump lined up versus when you don't take the jump lined up. It's a major difference.
yeah, that is a huge, huge difference. I mean, when you're not straight going through that jump, it can send your car flying. But it looks like the official has called another caution.
So that means we're going to have one more break, guys. And once we get these guys all stacked up together, looks like we'll be going green with about 3 laps to go.
All right, we're going to be coming around this final corner here, getting ready for 3 laps to go. Colt Chevy is on the pole position for this restart with Ty on his outside.
That's the guy you picked.
That's the guy I picked. So we're coming down the straight in the cockpit view, and we are going green.
Yeah, these guys, they were beating and banging. You can see the total chaos that being in the cockpit view is. We're going to have a good view coming across this jump. 3 wide across the jump. Man, it's so aggressive when they slam down. It is ridiculous. I mean, you see Soul Pun, everyone's just finding their way. I mean, it's 3 laps to go. People are just pushing and bulldozing everybody out the way.
Yeah, they're trying to get every single position that they can. And honestly, I can't blame them.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame them either. I mean, it's go time. I mean, you see it from the chase view right here. It doesn't look too aggressive, but when you get in that cockpit view, as you see AY, he's going to try to make it 3 wide across the jump. AY is one of the most aggressive racers in PRA. That's not a dirty term, but he's just aggressive and he wants to win. As you see, he's going to run Colt all the way down to the berm, and Schwartz is looking to pounce.
Yeah, and he actually pinches Colt into that berm a little bit, or at least tried to. Colt handled that very, very well.
Yeah,
he's going on the inside.
AY missed that apex just a little bit, and he was able to get around him.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're coming around for the white flag lap. Colt is in the lead. He started in the front, and it's looking like if he doesn't wreck, he's going to finish in the front.
Yeah, we're coming across this jump for the final time, popping on board with the driver in 5th place right now. Everyone just slams down onto the ground. I mean, they're racing so hard for second. This is exactly what Colt Chevy wants to see, as Zuri's is going to try to make a late push. I mean, 2nd place is up for grab, but I think Colt Chevy is going to bring this one home.
Yeah, absolutely. And coming around the last corner, looks like Colt doesn't mess up at all. So Colt is going to be the champion for this race number 2.
Exactly. He brings on that second, or he brings on his first win in the second race as the driver's flipping across the line. I have no idea who that is, but Colt Chevy wins race number 1, or race number 2. He gets his first win, race number 2. Schwartz finished his 2nd, AYDY 3rd, King Saturn 4th, and Zuri's 5th. 6th would be Teague, 7th is I Think I Can W, 8th is Spider Monkey, 9th is Soul Pun, 10th is Captain Napkins, 11th is D Westberg, Ty Hart is 12th, and rounding out the field is Squeller. Guys, if you enjoyed what you have seen, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button to Strictly Business, and make sure you come check out Prodigy Racing Association, where we have 4 different series that race on a weekly basis. We enjoy presenting all these videos to you, and we appreciate you for watching the video.